You are Locked On Nuggets POSTCAST, powered by Mile High Sports, part of Locked On Sports Denver on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
There it is. There is that playoff Jamal we've been waiting for, that performance. There is that rising level of performance from the Denver Nuggets that we have been waiting for what feels like all season long, as the Denver Nuggets put together their best game of the playoffs and, frankly, their best game in quite some time to take down the Los Angeles Clippers here in a pivotal, in my opinion, what was a must-win Game 5. Your final score, 131-115. I'm your host, Aniello Piro. You can follow me on social media at Media by AP. This is your Locked On Nuggets POSTCAST live from the press box here at Ball Arena. Hope everyone is doing well out there. If you're driving home, get home safe. If you're at home, enjoy the victory, folks, because that is a game worth celebrating. That is a victory to take a victory lap on, because the Denver Nuggets came out tonight and they absolutely dominated the Los Angeles Clippers in this Game 5. A wall-to-wall victory for Denver. The Clippers never led in this game. In an exceptionally convincing win now for the Denver Nuggets, who have two opportunities to win one game if they want to punch their ticket to the next round of the NBA playoffs and have a date with the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's a conversation for another day. But right now, you've got to love what you saw tonight across the board from the Denver Nuggets, but most importantly, our player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And your player of the game is Nikola Jokic. No. We could always name Nikola Jokic the player of the game, but tonight, playoff Jamal was activated, and Jamal Murray is your player of the game in Denver's 131-115 Game 5 victory. Jamal, from the moment this game started, you could tell he was dialed in. He finishes with 43 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 8 3-point shots made, 8 of 14, 17 of 26 from the field, and a team-leading 40 minutes, along with a plus 17 in the box plus minus here tonight. What a game from Jamal Murray. And I was going back and forth. I was sitting up here at the press box with my guy Cecil Lammy from Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Text with my guy Jake Shapiro as well. Kind of going back and forth. And Cecil turns to me at one point, and he's like, wow, Jamal's on tonight. Jamal looks good. And I pointed it out actually to Zach Bye down there on the court, just observing Jamal Murray's warm-ups. He just looked a little bit more dialed in than typical, at least from what I felt. And this was the game that Jamal had to show up, right? I talked about it, how, after Game 4, had Denver ended up blowing that fourth quarter lead, the first finger that you're probably pointing at someone is Jamal Murray for how he performed. Jamal Murray was so due. He was overdue for a big game, and we got it in a big way, in a big situation tonight from the Blue Arrow number 27, who pops off with 43 points. I mean, that might be probably not. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. That might be more than the previous games in this series combined. No, definitely not. He had 23 in games 2 and 3 respectively. But either way, by far, not even close. Not even close. This was Jamal Murray's best game of the series, and now it's got Denver in a pretty good position. And that was my question, is how is Denver going to respond? Just because the Nuggets have been so up and down this season. Talked about it on this show, talked about it with friends, colleagues, people in media, that I wasn't going to let an Aaron Gordon millisecond dunk at the end of Game 4 wipe the slate clean for me about Denver. I was still very concerned about them coming into this game. I was. Call a spade, I'll be honest with you guys. But I also had a feeling walking to the arena tonight that, maybe they woke up today and said, we're going to go out there and give it our all, and we're going to have a good game. Maybe this is the game where it finally all comes together. So I had low expectations just because with this Denver Nuggets team this season, I feel like that's the best way to go. But I also know when this team plays a certain way, when Jamal Murray plays a certain way, and they're getting contributions from guys like Russell Westbrook, who we'll talk about here in just a moment, and other guys across the court, that Denver, maybe they're not as good as they were last year or the year prior, but they're still a darn good basketball team. It's the inconsistencies that have destroyed Denver, or, prevented Denver rather from ascending to a championship level this season. So Denver's got to win one more game now. Game 6 in LA now coming up on Thursday. and potential game 7 if needed, if necessary, as they like to say on the TV broadcast on Saturday, which could also be a game 7 for the Avalanche, assuming that they get the job done here on Thursday, right? They play on Thursday as well, I want to say. So we'll see. It is what it is. But tonight, man, what a performance across the board from the fellas. Let's take a look here at some of the other guys. But Jamal Murray had to start there. Aaron Gordon, huge game tonight. I mean, he's not going to get enough credit just because he's going to be outshined by Jamal Murray. Russell Westbrook had a great game, and Nikola Jokic had a triple-double. But Aaron Gordon tonight, the second leading scorer for the Denver Nuggets, he finishes with 23 points, a plus 13 in the box plus-minus, 1 of 2 from 3, and the 1 3-point shot he hit was critical. This was when the Clippers started mounting a little bit of a run. I believe it was 10-2 there was a 10-2 run for the Clippers there midway through the fourth quarter, and you're kind of sitting there like, oh, no. Like, is this going to happen again? After what we saw happen in game 4, they really going to let the Clippers crawl their way back into this? But Aaron Gordon hit a critical 3-point shot off of the left-hand side here at Ball Arena. And you know what told me, and obviously Denver was able to expand the lead at that point, but when I knew it was over is after Gordon hit that shot, not because he hit the shot, because Nikola Jokic turned around smiling and started clapping. Nikola Jokic looks like a guy that has not been having very much fun for the last month or so with the basketball. I mean, he's been carrying the team on his shoulders. So to see the physical happiness on the body language from Nikola Jokic, I think says a lot about where this team is at mentally here right now, because there was a long time, even though when they were winning games, they were running ugly, right? It didn't feel like that was the first time in a while that it felt like a Denver Nuggets game that we've kind of been used to over the last couple of seasons, if that makes sense. That's the style of play that we've seen them at consistently, at least in the last couple of seasons. So good work tonight for the fellas. Russell Westbrook, real quick, man. Let's talk about him. What a game tonight for Brody against his former team. 25 minutes for Russ, 21 points, and 1s across the board. 1 rebound, 1 assist. So good in the scoring department, and he was 3 of 6 from 3. So 50% tonight from Russell Westbrook. You absolutely love to see that. And across the board, man, Denver did a good job tonight. Shot well over 50% from the field. The Clippers shot 52.4%. And here's the one thing that I guess I could critique a little bit is, and thankfully everything was going in for the most part for Denver, but defense continues to be an issue, right? You gave up 115, not the worst thing in the world. But again, the fact that the Clippers were kind of crawling back into it there late, a little bit of deja vu. Thankfully, it didn't come to fruition here. But Denver, 48 for 86. That is good for 55.8% from the field. And most importantly, because the Clippers shot pretty well from 3 tonight, 11 for 29. That's good for 37.9% from 3 for the Los Angeles Clippers. For Denver, 17 for 33. They upped the volume, and they made 51.5% of their shots here tonight. So the 3-point shooting ultimately helped push Denver to this victory as well. Looking a little Boston Celtics-esque with the 33 3-point attempts there tonight. And not great, but they were better from the free throw line. 78%, 18 of 23. The Clippers were bad, 18 of 28. So they left some points on the board there as well. Neutral on the rebounds, 38 for 38 for both teams. Neutral on the assists, 29 for 29. Turnovers, neutral, 10 for 10. Blocks, pretty much even. 8 for the Clippers, 7 for the Nuggets. Steals, 7 for the Nuggets, 6 for the Clippers. The Clippers actually won the fast break points tonight as well, 21-19, and points in the paint. So I guess when you look at it that way, if we're looking at the whole pie now, it shows you just how impactful Jamal Murray and his scoring and his hunting. The way that Jamal Murray was out there hunting baskets tonight went a long way tonight for the Denver Nuggets. So love to see it. Haven't even really talked about the big fella who had a triple-double. Aaron Gordon, great. Russell Westbrook, great. And all in all, just a feel-good win for this Denver Nuggets team who needed that and now can exhale just a little bit, regroup, and hopefully go out there in Game 6 in L.A. and take care of business and get ready for the Oklahoma City Thunder. If not, it'll be a Game 7 back here at Ball Arena. So we shall see. But let me hit my break. When we come back, we'll continue along with the conversation. I've got a really cool stat that I want to share with you as it pertains to Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. Peanut butter and jelly, the 2-man game of Murray and Jokic. We'll break it down when we come back right here on your Locked On Nuggets POSTCAST. Back in just a moment, folks. All right, you guys, real quick, let me tell you about our friends over at Monarch Money. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. When I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery. Now I budget smarter and save more. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track your spending, and even plan long-term goals. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONNBA for half off your first year. Be sure to check out our friends over at Monarch Money and let them know that Locked On Nuggets sent you. And let me also tell you about our friends over at WayFair, guys, because spring is here, and that means it's home project season. Whether you're refreshing a room or tackling a full renovation, WayFair is the best kept secret for all things home improvement. From small updates like stylish cabinet hardware to major upgrades like new vanities, sinks, or outdoor lighting, WayFair has quality products for every budget. I just upgraded my kitchen with WayFair, and the selection was incredible. Their free and fast shipping made it so easy, no hauling any heavy items from the store. I love that they have top brands like GE and Moen at great prices, and the shopping was seamless, and I found exactly what I needed to fit my space and my style. WayFair makes home improvement easy. Get started now at wayfair.com. That's WayFair, WayFair.com. WayFair, every style, every home. Okay, welcome on back into your Locked On Nuggets postcast. I am your host, Aniello Piro. You guys can follow me on social media at Media by AP. Do me a favor, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button as well. That way you guys never, ever miss an episode of your Locked On Nuggets postcast. I am live from Ball Arena. Looks like they're getting ready to tear down the hardwood to get the ice rink set up, potentially. Or actually, I don't think they're going to do that because... Oh, no, they're back here, actually. Sorry, Game 6 is on Thursday. What am I saying? I'm, like, so confused because the Nuggets have home court, but the Avalanche don't, and I'm going to both games. So it's been back and forth. But nonetheless, good time to be a Denver sports fan. Good time to be a Denver Nugget fan as they get the job done here tonight, 131-115. Nikola Jokic, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. That's a triple-double for the big fella. Added in an assist and a block as well. He was a plus 18. And let me pull up this stat. This is a crazy stat that kind of reflects the Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray dynamic. So, here it is. Tonight was the fourth time in their careers that Jamal Murray went for 35-plus points and Nikola Jokic recorded a triple-double in the same playoff game. That is now the most such playoff games by any duo in NBA history, breaking a tie with, any guesses? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arguably the greatest duo in NBA history. That, of course, being Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. So let me say that one more time. The fourth time tonight in their careers that Jamal Murray went for 35-plus and Nikola Jokic recorded a triple-double in the same playoff game. That is now the most such playoff games by any duo in NBA history. Let that sink in for just a moment. Let that sink in. When Jamal Murray is on, and I gave you some of these stats of, fast break points and some of these other metrics that Denver's usually pretty good at. When Jamal Murray's on, the Denver Nuggets, and I'll say this again because I'll say it if they manage to beat the Clippers in this series. When Jamal Murray is on, the Denver Nuggets can go toe-to-toe with any team in the NBA in a 7-game series. That's a fact. He has not been on. Even last playoff, he had a couple of moments, Lakers, right? But not like we saw in 2023, not like we saw in the bubble. Tonight, maybe it's a one-game thing. Maybe it all goes awry and Denver loses game 6 and they got to come back here for game 7. But if you can get, and I understand that if Jamal played like that every single game, he'd be considered one of the greatest players in NBA history. Can't expect that. Can't expect 40-plus points from the guy every night. But can he be 75% of that consistently? Everyone's going to have bad nights, but can he play like that more often than not? I'm not saying the 43, but can he get you? Can he be a consistent 25-plus point a night threat as opposed to ending up with 13, 14? Can he up the ante on the scoring? Because when Jamal and Jokic are playing this way and you're getting contributions from Aaron Gordon on defense and Michael Porter Jr. is not even healthy, but when all these things come together, it masks the flaws of this Denver Nuggets team, that being the rotation, that being the depth of the roster. That being, no backup center. When Jamal plays at that level, things open up and things change. So I've been waiting for a show like this, man. I feel like I've been such a Debbie Downer. because I just haven't been, like, this is the first game this playoff that I'm actually impressed. As I said at the beginning of the show, I had low expectations for this game just because I don't know what to think of this Denver Nuggets team. And I'm looking at it through a 2020 lens here. I'm gonna shoot from the hip. I'm gonna give it to you guys honest. I'm gonna call it like I see it. And it's funny because I thought before tonight you could actually make the argument that Denver's best game was game 2, and they lost that game. They got lucky to win game 1 thanks to Russ. They almost blew it in game 4. But tonight, they come out, keep their foot on the gas from start to finish, and get themselves a complete victory. What more could you ask for, folks, in regards to tonight's game? Let's see if they can go out there now on Thursday and get the job done. So hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, guys. Really appreciate y'all. I've been rocking with you guys here throughout the entire course of the season, here at Ball Arena in the friendly confines, at Media by AP on the social channels as well. But tonight, it is a 131-115 victory for the Denver Nuggets, starting 5 on point. Even Michael Porter Jr. played 37 minutes tonight, had 14 points on a bum shoulder. So everything was coming up aces tonight for the Nuggets. Aaron Gordon, good. MPJ, good. Jokic, good. Jamal, excellent. Christian Brown doing his thing as well. He finished with a double-double, 11 and 12, by the way. And off the bench, Russell Westbrook turning back the clock tonight, 21 points in 25 minutes. So the Denver Nuggets now find themselves up 3-2, going back to LA for game 6, where they'll try to get the job done and hopefully get ready for the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll be here after every single Nuggets game the rest of the way, folks. So tap in, follow me on social at Media by AP, and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. That way, guys, never, ever miss an episode of your Locked On Nuggets postcast. That's going to do it for me. More from Matt Moore, Swipa, Ryan, and the boys on the Locked On Nuggets podcast coming up maybe tonight, tomorrow morning. You know what it is. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Aniello Piro signing off from Ball Arena after a dominant victory for the hometown team. Enjoy your night, folks. Almost the morning. Talk to you guys soon.